Hey baby, what's good? And what is popping? I don't have the energy to do the what's popping. I mean, I just did it, but came in my house. I'm tired as heck. But we push. If you can hear my voice, you are listening to Jess Finesse Presents, where every week I bring some interesting people that I love, that I hope you will love too, to my space and do the sacred act of smoking Gary. So this week we're smoking with someone very special. Everyone's special, but everyone be special in their own special way. I forgot. Happy Friday. It's another Friday in this wretched country. And this country will continue to be wretched until we have revolution. But you don't want to have that conversation because people don't want us to be scared. They don't want us to panic. They're in denial. People should deny. We'll soon enter war. Okay? And I don't know if I'm going to pod in the middle of a war because I don't think it's going to be possible. But anyways, I'm in the building with a beautiful, talented, busy as hell. She took out time out of her busy schedule to pull up here. So please hold your ear like this, hold your ear like that, and listen very well. Cynthia, welcome to the pod.
Hi, Jess.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am as good as can be living in this Lagos.
Thank you for having me.
You know why you're shining?
Why?
Because you don't live here. We caught her. When do you leave?
This weekend.
Okay, so you people know the drill. You're listening to my voice, but you will hear this pod in 7 days. So by the time you hear this pod, this girl is long gone with her passports and her visa and her freshness.
Country road.
And over here we'll be suffering. You know, me and I will be here pushing out content.
I'm so sure I'm going next week.
Nah. You ain't got no visa. If you want me to sign for you, Chevy, you need a point of reference for a visa. I got you.
Yeah, no.
I think I know you well enough.
I appreciate you.
I love you, bro. But yeah, Cynthia, so this it's funny because I actually just met you.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, I'd be skeptical of inviting people that I just met because I don't know the flow of the conversation. You know, I don't know I can't get your personality. I don't know if you're gonna be rude. I don't know if you're gonna be talkative. Girl, the way I met you, I said this girl must come to this podcast. I don't know you like that. I don't know your personality. I don't know your upbringing. I don't know none of that. But you must come to this podcast. So make me proud that the way I fell in love with you, that my listeners will fall in love with you.
Will do.
I met her like 30 minutes ago and I'm already starting to...
Bruh. Can I be your friend? I don't even like famsy. I can fams you.
Listen.
I can fams you.
You're on my close friends list.
Come on. I think I see the green star.
Yeah, like you on my close friends list and it takes a lot to get there.
Come on.
I'm talking to Jess, right?
Yeah, I'm talking to Jess.
Which close
I mean, I haven't seen you yet pop up on my IG, it takes a lot to get on my close friends list, but you got my heart. The first day I met you, you had my heart because you literally just asked questions that nobody wants to ask.
Do you know what's ironic? She said that I'd ask questions that nobody would ask, right? What is so funny is last night, someone's going in the room, like saying like the good qualities about people in the room. And it got to me and they're like, Jessica, you have a really genuine heart. Like I know that the energy that you always provide is real, but you talk a lot, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why they said I talk a lot is because everyone knows me for asking mad questions. Before I used to be scared. Like when I first moved back, I'm super inquisitive. Like I'm like, bro, I want to know what everything is. I don't want to, I don't have any problem learning in public or like looking stupid asking questions. So like that was my brand. Like, if this girl's in this room, she will ask 100 questions. So the fact that you just said that is just, first of all, I'm maintaining my brand. All right, I'm asking questions. Second of all, there are people in this world that like it. All right, all the people that be like, you two, they ask questions. Well, bump you guys. Cynthia has endorsed me. I'm gonna keep asking my damn questions. Thank you.
Go for it.
But yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. So every week, right, I invite people and we smoke Gary. Now, off the pod, before Uncle Kenny came and set up the lights and the cameras, I learned that my lovely, beautiful guest, I learned something new about Gary. Okay? That apparently I knew this too. Nobody cared to inform me that smoking Gary can trigger an appendicitis.
Yep.
Now, the both of y'all, since y'all knew it, can elaborate what that means and how does that come about? Because I feel my appendicitis is not rupturing right now.
To go, Cynthia.
You go. Explain, because mine was just abuse.
Okay, so basically, I know that, like, your
Based on
appendix.
research.
Not even research. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like I think everybody knows. Like
knows that
your appendix
It's an organ that the human body
Yeah.
doesn't actually need.
It's just
So
there
it
to
just
store
sits
like
there
it just
at
sits
the
there storing
end.
stones and
Yeah,
stuff.
stones and stuff.
And
That's why it's
Gary
easy
is
for
full
anyone
of-
to be like, I'm removing my
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what, and that's
Okay.
what, and Gary is full of stones
It's full
and
of
particles
stones.
and stuff.
So it sits there
Yeah.
and it builds up and builds up and builds up. And then it just ruptures and then it starts hurting and you have to take it out.
Exactly. And some people actually, that's why some people sieve their Gary first before they drink it.
Yeah.
To get rid of the
The,
particles.
the particles and the
But
stones.
I think like sieving your Gary, you're
So
taking
do
away
they
the
sieve this
genuine,
one?
like
yeah,
the ritual
they
from
take
it.
away the whole point
Yeah.
of it.
I think it's stupid to sieve your Gary.
Okay,
Just
now.
sieve and
Did they sieve this one? If they didn't sieve it, let's go and change it. Let nobody say they got appendicitis because they came to Jess Finesse Presents. I beg. I didn't present that one.
No.
Okay, now
I
Cynthia.
don't think it's
Nah, it's just
Okay, so now you said your reasoning, like you said, your lack of drinking Gary or your experience with Gary is negative.
yeah.
So now you're supposed to drink Gary. I look, you don't even want to drink this damn Gary. Like I just want to listen to this girl talk. But we gotta drink Gary for the culture.
Okay, cool.
Now,
Yeah.
you told me off the pod, right?
Mm.
After you told me this deep, amazing story of your education in Cameroon.
Mm.
Now, what role did Gary play in your boarding school experience?
So we wanted to get out a lot of times. We wanted to leave the school. We wanted to go home. We didn't want to be in boarding school. So we just used to drink Gary every single day to enhance an appendicitis. Like literally drink it every single day. Even to a point where we came up with this other one called Spunky, where it was like we took sardine, put it in a bowl, took tomato paste, and then put a drop of vegetable oil, took a bit of onion, sliced it, then put some chili powder.
That sounds good.
And then trust me, mix it. But then when we took the Gary to make it into like Eba form, we mixed it with cold water instead of hot water, which was supposed to use hot water. So it was like a rock. So come and see us on the floor.
Just to get
just
sick.
so you can have an
Yeah.
excuse to go home.
Yeah. Just have an excuse.
So
to
is
go.
drinking this thing today going to bring back memory of...
No, I just won't mix anything inside. I'll just keep it very simple and put a lot of water. Even to a point where we used to take it, right? And then put the Gary inside, take sugar and just mix it and just sit there and just be chewing it.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
That's before I
This
drink
video,
the
they're going
Gary.
like this.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
I do it
Chewing
sometimes.
dry
Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah, put a little bit of milk
I
and then
can't
just
relate to
mix
the
it
milk
and then
part,
just be
yeah.
eating it. Or sometimes we just put like
Yeah.
the Gary, the sugar, just mixing, just chewing it. I'm going.
Okay, so now the important question I gotta ask you, Cynthia, is white or yellow?
I'll take yellow.
Come on, I said I knew why I liked this freaking babe.
I'll take
Okay?
yellow.
I said I knew it.
So like, I think we're like, this is a streak. This is 3 times in a row.
Can't get me that board. Let's be tallying
Two
who
times in
takes
a row,
yellow, who
actually.
takes white.
Which actually is
Yeah.
actually.
I'll take yellow.
I beg, you're gonna do... No, pour yourself. You deserve it. Come on. You deserve round. Okay, so Cynthia, as you're pouring, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell listeners who may not know you
Mhm.
what you do. So we have a little bit of, who you are in terms of like, your young adult upbringing, your teens and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do? Or what do you feel comfortable enough telling us that you do? Because you do a lot of stuff.
Ooh, okay. So I am a global brand strategist or global brand creator and an executive producer and an executive director.
All I'm hearing is executive.
As an executive.
All I'm hearing is money.
Oh,
Which one? Okay, if you had to rank them in terms of which one you do the most, or which one that brings in the most income out of the 3 roles.
that's hard because I've made it in a way that I don't do one without the other.
Smart. So they're all intertwined.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, an executive director would help compile a body of work
Mm-hmm.
for an artist
Right.
or even a show. And then the brand strategist would come out how that can be made into a brand identity. So I intertwined it.
So how do you have staff?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah, I do.
No, there's somebody yourself.
I do. So what I'll do is I'll look at what the artist has done before
Mhm,
to
mhm.
start off with. And let's say it depends on what they want to actually achieve in the end.
Okay.
So most common one I always use as an example, Roddy Ricch. When
You're
we,
saying as in is it, so you worked with Roddy Ricch.
yeah.
Because you just said you like.
So
Please,
when
we're not on your level. So as you're saying,
No.
you have to.
So when I first met Roddy Ricch was like on 780 something K followers, right?
Okay, that he got that on his own.
Yeah, that was just him.
Okay,
Like just that. What most people don't actually know is Roddy was making music well before, but they weren't pushing him to that extent because, like I said, he was still very young.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I would have to give the Americans for is they play their cards according to the age. So think
Okay.
about it this way. If an artist is making music from the age of 18, you can't really take them on tour to the age of 21 because you
they
can't
can't get
drink,
into venues
you
or
can't
clubs
get into venues, you can't, and it's much more expensive. So what they did with Roddy was they just let Roddy do whatever he wants to do. He was just putting music out. And that's why you see most of them are big on SoundCloud.
Yes.
Because
yes.
that's where they get to put their body of work from.
Mm-hmm.
So Roddy got to about 20 and his mentor was Nipsey Hussle. May his soul rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And so Roddy was like very clued up. Very, very clued up. Like Nipsey was just telling him like, you know, music is not just about you making music and putting out there. You've got to think about everybody else. You've got to think about how people are feeling and, you know, tell your story. But don't tell your story and take away the amusement of it. So Roddy was like, okay, that's fine. So then I think at that time, Da Young started picking up very, very, very slowly. So then Nipsey made a few calls and then put him on the Post Malone tour. So Post Malone went on tour in 2000
So Nipsey Hussle's literally the reason why
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch opened up for Post Malone on that tour.
basically.
Okay.
So then Nipsey Hussle made the call, put him on. And then, yeah, he then went to Atlantic Records, did in New York, did whatever he needed to do. Then started going on the Post Malone tour. So then his manager, who also shares the same birthday as him and is also his best friend, was just sitting down on Instagram one day, just went past this girl's page and it was like, at the time, I think my name wasn't even Cece. It was just Cynthia on Instagram. So then he just looked at the page. He's like, hey, what's up?
Based on you're a fine babe or based on the work that you were posting on the page?
No, so it was based on the fact that when they went to New York, they met a girl there that knew me. And then they were just like, oh, we're going on tour and we've got London on our list and we don't know anyone. And she's like, oh, I know someone. I'll send her your page.
Shout out to a dot connector.
Literally. Like she's like, I'll send her your page and I'll tell her to hit you up. So she sent me, she didn't even send me Roddy's page. She actually sent me his manager's page at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, just, you know, hit him up. I'm thinking, really? Like, what? Why is he going to respond to me? Like, you know, I'm not doing anything. And at that time...
Were you already doing like, were you doing the roles? Okay.
No, to be honest with you, weirdly enough, I was more in the Afrobeat industry. So I started off more in the sense of, I went from being a dancer, then I danced with Wiz, I danced with Davido, I did Danagog. I even did...
What is that expression?
Like, I literally just danced. I even worked on events with Smade in London. I was selling tickets. Then I switched and went to DJing. Then I think it was when I got into the DJing, then I realized that this whole brand identity is like a massive thing. Like, Afrobeat is missing it. And being in an African industry, you can't tell African men what to do. You can't tell Africans what to do.
Girl, say it again.
So I just took a step back, like a massive step back from the Afrobeat industry.
So you stepped back based on frustration of like not being able to...
Yeah, being able to tell people what it is and how it is and them actually listening. I didn't need you to do it. I just need you to listen.
Okay, let's hold on Pop Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to do the honor of picking up the first fan in front of you.
Pop Smoke.
Come on. Bow, bow. I said the universe is universing right now. Come on.
So, Pop Smoke. In 2019, so one thing about me is I'm a risk taker. I take risk.
Mm-hmm.
I see something, I like it, I go straight for it. Pop Smoke had a song, Baby Welcome to the Party.
Baby Welcome to the Party.
That went viral on Triller.
That's where it went viral?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Triller.
Okay.
It went viral on Triller. At the time, I knew Pop Smoke's agent. this company called A Little Booking Agency. So I hit them up. I was like, listen, Pop Smoke needs to do a UK tour. And this is what's going to happen. He was like, that's fine. Put your pitch together and send it to me. We did just that. We put it together.
You and your business? Hold on.
Me and my team.
Were you still working with the girl?
Nope.
Did y'all fall out?
So we didn't fall out, but this is what happened. So it's so weird because Pop Smoke and Lil Durk happened at the same time. So Durk was the reason why.
So you're saying Lil Durk. I said stop calling people's name like these small
like that
people.
was the reason. That was the reason how I had to go solo. If you get what I mean. Like I had to go.
She couldn't catch up. She couldn't keep up the momentum?
Yeah.
She wasn't moving on your wavelength?
Not even that, because Durk put me in the deep end, because when Durk didn't get into the UK...
Stop. No. Focus. No. Don't do that yet.
Yeah.
Please, go back to Pop Smoke.
I can't, because the story just intertwined. They literally just intertwined. So this is what happened. So I started doing Pop Smoke's thing in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. To have the concerts. In the end, the promoters couldn't even come up with the fee that they were asking for. So another major...
The fee that Pop Smoke's agent was asking for.
So another...
But he wasn't big. Sorry to cut you
at the time he wasn't big.
Okay.
But he was doing numbers, and they were looking for about $30K US dollars.
Per show or for the whole tour?
Per show.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they were like taking very long time to do what they were doing. So then that just fizzled out silently. But luckily enough, because I had made such an effort, the booking agent put me in contact with Pop Smoke's manager when he was coming, Shiv. And then he was like, yeah, I want you to meet Shiv. I want you guys to have a conversation. You know, just tell him whatever you were doing and blah, 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 blah. Now, Shiv kind of like brushed it off because at the time he thought, oh, too many people are coming to him with offers. So he kind of like, he brushed me off a little bit. Then in the middle of that, Roddy was about to drop Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. Mm-hmm. And when he was about to drop that, he had Lil Durk on the album.
Okay.
And Lil Durk was getting ready to come to the UK as well in January 2020. So it was like, yeah, it was like a stepping stone. So then all of a sudden, the same booking agent called up Durk's team. He's like, yo, I've got my girl in London. I'm going to get her to look after you. Durk's manager brushed it off again. Because this is the thing about them. Whenever they're coming out, they just want to make money.
Facts.
They're not looking for someone who's just going to come and waste their time and drag them on. Mm-hmm. So he was like, I've got this girl. I need you to link up with her. Like, she's doing what she's doing in the UK. Like, she did that for me. So I need you to go. He was like, nah, it's cool. So then all of a sudden, I then found myself, they put me in contact with the promoter who was actually holding Durk's tour. Me and him had a conversation. He then told me to come and meet him in Manchester. He paid for my accommodation, paid for my travel. We then sat down, had a meeting with him. And then straight away, I got Durk a booking for $12,000 US. That same day, like someone literally wired money to him the day before Christmas.
What was the show?
So the show was in Portsmouth. So as soon as I met the
Wait,
promoter,
y'all planned a Lil Durk show? He was a headliner?
Yes.
You planned
a concert, yeah. I planned the concert. I even planned the meet and greet with Boohoo Man. Literally.
Boohoo Man? You had them on speed dial?
Literally. I can tell you the head of
it
was like a race against time.
Facts.
And then all of a sudden, we found ourselves, we've done the show. Then as soon as people start seeing that, okay, Cynthia's involved in it, I done the meet and greet. I even got merch made. He even gave me permission to use OTF.
Sorry, in 24 hours?
Not even in 24 hours. I did that.
Or like after the...
As soon as I met him in Manchester, the promoter, I literally got that done. So this was towards Christmas, end of 2019. Mm-hmm. I literally got everything done in a month's time. And then I managed to get at least 9 after parties. We did Manchester, we had Birmingham, we had Leicester, we had London, then we had Leeds and Portsmouth.
Cynthia, you're making my appendix go do. I don't want to say my heart, but like something in my body just vibrating.
Just tingling, like
literally.
Okay, so wait, so Pop Smoke, like how is this? How's he?
So so then Pop Smoke now, how that happened was we're doing the Lil Durk booking, right? Pop Smoke then comes to the UK. Coincidentally, he's going to a club called Tape London. Mm-hmm. Tape London is actually ran by my mentors because my 2 mentors have Tape. So he then goes to tape at that time, and he had Sheck West was there. They all went to the club, and then my mentor called me. He's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "In my house." He's like, "Yeah, Pop is in London. Come." I was like, because they all knew I wanted to work with him. So they're like, "Come." I went to the club. I met him. I met Pop. The first thing he said to me is, "I'm looking for some leather pants."
I'm looking for some leather pants.
Because he had a thing for leather pants at the time. He's like, "I'm looking for some leather pants." I was like, "Okay." That same night, like me and a couple of people.
This was during Meet the Woo time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meet the Woo volume, the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, when he came in in February to push that out. So then, yeah, my mentor then says, "Okay, come meet him." Met him the night before. Then the next day, they were like, "Okay, we're going to have a meeting with his manager." They were like, "What's his name?" Shiv. I was like, "Okay, cool." Bear in mind, Shiv, they already told Shiv about me.
Yeah.
But Shiv brushed me off.
He aired you.
Exactly. So then the next day, we then sat down. My mentor sat there. All you see is Shiv come downstairs. And then Shiv looked at me. He's like, "Wait, I've seen you before." I was like, "Yeah, you."
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course you did. And my mentor was like, "This is Cece, this is Shiv." And then Shiv goes, "Yeah, I heard what you were saying, but with the US, you have to have your verification."
That's real. That's real. So you needed that, I guess,
you needed
endorsement
someone,
from your mentor.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who knows them and who knows what I do and takes me seriously in what I do.
Right.
To give me that verification. So then they were like, "Okay, cool. What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to book him for a few shows. I want to handle his merchandise. I want to do a meet and greet." They were like, "Yeah, that's all fine. That's all fine."
They didn't say any but.
Nope. He said, "Do whatever you want to do."
I have permission to pick up a new fan. I know. Are you looking at me like you're just letting this girl go on and on and on and on? Okay, please. Okay, Cynthia, hold on, hold that thought. Cynthia, what is your take on record labels releasing music after the death of artists? So, what is your take on labels releasing posthumous albums? I got to take on this. Because
for me,
I'm triggered by this.
For me, I think it's a 50-50, right?
Okay.
Here's the real. If the artist has their masters, they own the masters, the rights to their masters, then the legacy continues and they're able to feed their family and do whatever. But it shouldn't stretch more than just one. Because at the end of the day, death is untimely. No one knows tomorrow. No one knows when someone is going to go. It's like DMX.
Right.
No one really knew what DMX was going through and everything. And at the end of the day, when such a big person passes away, the fans want something because he hasn't made music in such a long time.
Right.
But then I think where record labels kind of go off it is by putting all these features that don't really represent the artist truly is that he was at that time.
That's the critique I had about Shoot for the Stars, but that's a different conversation.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're going to do something for an artist to remember them, but you're not doing it how the artist would have done if they were around.
Right.
So you've missed the whole point. So I'm 50-50 for it. I'm a 50-50 person. I can't really say no and I can't say yes because sometimes I believe in it, but it gets out of hand when you start putting content that's not what the artist would have done if they were alive.
Cynthia, okay, pick up the next fan because if you leave, pick up the next fan.
Having worked in the entertainment industry outside of the continent, what changes would you like to see in the industry here? I want to see open-minded. Yeah.
Girl, you asking the wrong people.
You guys have...
You asking the wrong country.
They're not open-minded about things.
So many things.
Yes. It's like...
Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah.
But like, do you see the situation of how you met...
Roddy Ricch?
I remember Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
That won't happen in Nigeria.
I know. Exactly.
Sure? Zero. Like, they would not... They wouldn't give someone that they don't know the opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I don't know if I should say this on the pod, but we talked about something earlier today. Like, just randomly. I feel like because of you and you have a mentality that you have, that's why you might probably consider it. But if for someone else, chances are, what is this guy talking about?
But then, at the same time, I think that's very shallow-minded because why do you need my mentality or my mindset to coach you when there's thousands of information out there that people read every day, people see every day, and they do it. So it's just about the mindset that people in Africa have had that nothing is possible without X, Y, Z. And
Facts.
that's wrong. That's so wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Like, humanity is based on equality, right? We're all equal. You're a human being. I'm a human being. So what stops you from doing what I did? Maybe in a different way. It's just your mindset. It's just how you're looking at it. And that's one thing that most artists here suffer from. So they look at something and how something has been done and they want to do exactly that same way. And then you can't do it that way though, because you weren't put in that situation.
You're
you
not
didn't have
that person.
Exactly.
You don't have the...
So, yes, ask me how and the why. And then you go do yours. However you want to. You might get a better success rate than me. Because I probably did this 4 years ago and now it's even easier. So be open-minded. And that's the thing that hinders this industry. Because people look at something and they want to do exactly as how someone else did it. And that's very, very impossible. Circumstances have changed. Situations have changed. We've just come out of COVID. There's no money. Everyone's upset. Come on. Like, let's be real. You're not going to get the same result.
Right.
The way I did.
Okay. Open-mindedness. What are like 2 other things you'd like to see?
Be prepared for criticism. Be prepared for be prepared for somebody
look at what you're asking.
Be prepared for someone to tell you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit, and you still are not shit. Be prepared for that. And that's why when someone tells me you ain't shit, I'm like, facts. I ain't shit, facts. You ain't gonna be shit, facts. But when I do it, you know it's been done.
Well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing you gotta do, baby? Or you came here to do?
Just distributing some music, some albums.
Okay.
You know, working with a couple of labels as well. Pitching some ideas to a few of my other clients in Europe. Let me actually look at my list. There's a long list of things.
Girl, you show me that list.
I'm also trying to get an African tour for Lil Durk. Because when we looked at his Instagram, Africa is on the map. Africa is streaming. So
was it after King Von's passing that there was a search, or before that?
No, it was before that actually.
Okay.
He started doing numbers in Africa. So
do you know some of the key countries?
Nigeria was one of them. Ghana was one of them. Gambia was one of them.
Where would Lil Durk even perform in?
I'm not like a huge ass Lil Durk fan. But I think after today, I started listening to like some of his music.
That's the power of her influence. Look at that.
You started what?
Oh, I'm not like a huge, like...
He's
like,
not a huge fan
like,
of Durk.
I know him, like I like his style.
Yeah.
But I'm not like music. I'm not so crazy about it. But I think from like today, maybe I'll start listening to
You've influenced him to go and listen to Lil Durk.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things that his manager even said. Like, I think ever since he started working with me, they saw the difference in everything. And even his Instagram numbers just spiked. The moment I said, listen, you are the voice, and you're just going to do whatever.
So you're the one that said, call yourself this.
It's literally on his bio.
It's on his bio. But I've still got the email. Like, the whole branding strategy that I sent, the 1st of January, I was like,
you look so like in awe. Jess.
Are you I'm like,
your face is just like...
I was like, as soon as I said it, I was like, the branding strategy for this man on the 1st of January that I sent, I was like, Lil Durk is the voice. There you go.
I'm holding a Bloomberg.
1st of January.
I'm holding a Bloomberg phone. Let me read
1st of January. Said it.
Okay, this is real. Oh, I'm seeing numbers.
Voice.
Look at that money. Look at that. She called this money little money. Hell. Anyway, okay. Please, I'm pushing my ministry, my musical ministry. I'm really trying to bring awareness of drill, especially like African drill in in my little neck of the woods. Please, if you have anything else to do with Afro drill, call my name.
Definitely.
I'm there. Jess Finesse. The way your friend called your name for Roddy Ricch. Come on, Cynthia, call my name for Drillo, please, I beg.
Nah, definitely. I think one thing I want to teach people about drill music is you have to be able to grow. You cannot do drill and still look the same and still be around the same people.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. I beg, forgive me, please. we said this off the pod.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling, you told me about your interest in drill, globalizing drill and Afro drill as well. And I, asked the question that a lot of people ask. I think it's a basic question, but I think it's valid about the violence in drill. Like, why should this genre of music be glorified and be grown when it's so violent? And you talked about how for a lot of drill artists, right, that how drill started, it's that they were using drill as a channel to express emotion or feeling or what they want to do. Not what they do, what they desire to do. So I don't want to kill you. Maybe I feel like it, but I can't. So let me just rap about it over a fire beat and and
then feel better about it.
Right. So this is the thing. If you didn't tell me this, I wouldn't, be privy to something like that. I have my own critiques and my own, understanding and research I've done. But like when you talk about artists, not wanting to live out a certain life, so they like portray it in their music as like a different persona, separate of maybe their real life. And then real life's you and you see people getting killed. It begs the question, like, okay, so why even bother continuing to do a drill that embodies that this is violence. It's not we may or may not be violent in real life, but we're expressing this violence in our music. Why continue doing that if it's going to cause consistent death the way it's causing death?
I think one thing people are going to actually learn about drill music is if you literally take the words seriously, you're going to run mad. That's the honest truth about it.
But there are a lot of people that take lyrics serious, like they're really into lyrics and songwriting.
But then here's the thing about drill music, right? Drill music is not there for you to actually like listen to the words and try to do the actions. No, it's listen to the words and free your mind of such toxic thoughts that you have.
Is that not contradictory? Like, I'm hearing people kill this, running drills, running this.
Okay, let me explain it. Let me explain something to you, right? If we look at Pop Smoke,
right,
drill.
Yeah.
Did you hear Pop Smoke says, "I'm gonna shoot you"?
Hardly.
Because what he
it was there, but it wasn't
exactly. It was there, but he tried to tell people that it's not every time that someone comes and fight you, you gotta fight back. Be amusing. Make it into a joke. It's like my therapist tells me, if someone pisses you off, just picture them naked and it calms you down. And it literally does. It's the truth. And that's what he's trying to do. Like, that's literally what he was trying to get people to do. Like, if an op is singing your name somewhere else and telling them going to shoot you and you hear about it, come back and laugh at it. Because at the end of the day, that person is never brave to come say it to your face.
But Pop Smoke is dead.
Exactly. But why though? Because someone generally didn't like the way he was going about it. Because he was literally telling people, I'm not going to use violence as my answer. I'm going to use music as my answer to everything. So you want me, I'm going to put it in my music, then I'm not going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
If you had to this is my final question, then we'll do the song. Final question, I promise, then the song that we're done. If you had to rebrand drill, what are 3 things you do?
I would change the wordings a lot.
Okay.
I would tell artists to stop singing about the past and look more to the future. And I would definitely get them to try their hardest, even though it's hard, but try to make it as comedic as possible because it's a very, very heavy sound. So the more serious it is, the more influential it becomes and very contagious. But you can change that around into a viral movement very easily with dance steps. And there's even one right now that in Nigeria is actually coming up. So when you guys hear it, you would understand that Twist. So his name's actually called The Twist. So when you hear it, you would realize that yes, drill has that power of being very comedic and very influential, going further than just violence. It can actually be about something other than violence. There's loads of things to drill.
I want to ask one more question, but I can't. Okay, so what we do every pod, I ask a guest to put us onto a song that they want listeners to discover. So play after, like, as this pod ends, the song's gonna play. I would like you to pick a song. The only thing, the person cannot be signed. I don't want copyright claim on my song, on my podcast. Ooh. So you need to find an indie artist who still own their masters, who still got their publishing. Ooh. And you know,
that's hard.
It is hard, especially for someone like you that just works with blown people.
I don't know.
You ain't discovered like one.
Honestly, I really haven't.
You know what? Fine. I'll take your spot. Guys, I want you to listen to a artist named Mizzle. He just dropped a song called Smile For You with Oxlade. The song came about because he did a TikTok series called How to Sound Like, how to make a so song. Yeah, so his first ever TikTok was for Oxlade. He said how to make an Oxlade song. In like 1 month, that single TikTok, I think it had like between 1 million and 2 million impressions. Wow. And fans got convinced Oxlade to like make the thing into a full song. So the song is out. So David, do your stuff. Play that song at the end of the pod. Cynthia, you're the best.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let you go be blown, do some blown things. Hopefully next time you come to Nige, you call my number. Please call my name in all those spaces.
You're on speed dial.
Please, babes.
You are on speed dial. Thank you so much.
And we are out.